All right, this is a last lesson of two-point perspective brought to you by JMendezNapier. You're going to go ahead and see something that probably will take 2 videos to cover and bring us to a place where we can start working on our new project. That project will look something like this whenever we're done. And of course, we need some lead up. So let's get there. Right now, we're looking at sticking consistent 2 vanishing points on a white piece of paper. So grab your white piece of paper, create that line about 35–40% of the way down the page horizontally. We're going to put our vanishing points way off onto the edges so we can utilize the entire piece of paper. We're going to make a box of cereal, actually 2 boxes of cereal. And so if we look at it as a box and not as a bridge, hopefully that helps you make it a little bit easier. We've crossed over our horizon line, more on the bottom than there is on the top. We're going to go ahead and take this point and run it to the vanishing point, and take that point, run it to the vanishing point on the right-hand side of the paper. We're going to do the same thing on the left. Now, because it's a box of cereal, it's going to be facing that way. This will be the front of the box. This will be the side of the box. We're walking around the edge of this. And so this is the thinner side of our box of cereal. And that would make this the broader side. Once again, if you need or have been using rulers, nice job. You have a pencil that you can erase. That's good. We're not going to need these lines anymore. I do still want these. I do not need this because I'm not going to technically see through this yet. Eventually I will. Now, because our perspective of this box is so far left, this face might seem a little short. It's actually really, really broad. We're going to go ahead and put a second box of cereal into the space. I'm going to drop it in right back there. Now, because both of these boxes are the same size, this one, I know how big it's going to be. It fits in the constraint of these 2 lines. These 2 lines are saying this is how tall the box is going to be. That means this is how tall it will be over here. I'm going to go ahead and make my secondary parallel line. That's this section here. And I'm going to get this angle for the face of that box by running to the vanishing point. This is where it gets fun. You could just decide to make it really, really big. Maybe I'll put a line here. I'm just going to guess. Let's go ahead and not guess. We already have a predetermined size for this box, and we're going to make this one exactly the same. So how do we get this? We take this corner, or the back side, the one that we can't see, and we're going to line that up with that vanishing point. For those of you who are users of rulers, right there. And where that ruler crosses where these 2 points intersect, that is exactly where it will drop down. Because this is a known point in space, which creates that as a new known point in space. And we drop straight down, and now we know exactly how big that box is. Now you might say to yourself, these look different. They're supposed to look different. It's perspective, and because this is further away, not only is it smaller, but because it's on the right-hand side, we can see more of the face, where over here we can see less of the face. Awesome. We don't need these lines anymore. What we do need is to go ahead and create an opening in the face of these boxes so we can drive cars through them. Again, we're making a bridge. It is going to be a suspension bridge, 2 anchor points, and right now we're going to decide where we want this road to be. Speaking of, if I put my road too high, it's going to line up with the horizon line and I will not really see it. If I put it lower, I'll be able to look like I'm looking down onto it. And if I put it above the horizon line, it's going to be like I'm below it looking underneath it. For the sake of this drawing, I'm going to go ahead and place it about right there. I just made a dot. You take your ruler and set it across here from this vanishing point through this point, and you would draw the line straight through. This angle brings us to this place over here, and I'm going to place a dot there as well, and I'm going to go ahead and make this kind of where I make my road, determine how wide I want it to be. I can, let's say, make it about that wide. Don't forget, we're going to the vanishing point. If I make it this wide, I now have a new dot in space. If I take my ruler and I line up this dot with the vanishing point, then I get the exact angle that I need to create my roadway. Certain lines we can no longer see. I'm not going to look through that. I can't see through that. And because this is the edge of my road, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make an arc. And that arc is going to go up and over and down. And now I can see through it. Like, I don't know, I can't really see through it. It's supposed to be 3-dimensional. So what you need to do is go ahead and create that 3-dimensional space. And then remember, now that I can see through it, my horizon line is right there. Now all I got to do before we stop is find the top of this. And it's already predetermined. The top of this is right here. I'm going to take my vanishing point, run through that line, and I'm going to be able to find where the top is at. Now they know where the top is at. I draw down. I draw down. If you really wanted to know exactly how wide this is, all you would need to do is use the vanishing point in this here, the vanishing point in this angle here. We're going from the corner and the corner. And by doing that, we can find the intersecting point. And at that intersecting point, we know how wide this needs to be. All right, cool. Hopefully, this is not as complicated as it looks. One step at a time. Go ahead and roll it back, watch it again. I'm going to stop right here. This is level 4 video A, and we'll move forward in the next video.